Hello everybody, welcome to 21st Century IAS Academy Delhi Campus C.A.R.E initiative, Current Affairs through Reverse Engineering. This is Goli Varsha. Let us look into the first article for the day. Prime Minister announces completion of Global Digital Public Infrastructure Repository and creation of Social Impact Fund to advance digital public infrastructure in Global South. See, we have already seen this in previous C.A.R.E sessions, okay? However, I'll repeat it now. Global Digital Public Infrastructure Repository. It is an initiative of the India's G20 presidency. So this is one important outcome out of India's G20 presidency, okay? First of all, you should know what digital public infrastructure is, okay? Now, what is digital public infrastructure? It refers to blocks or platforms such as digital identification, data exchange solutions, or payment infrastructure that helps countries to deliver essential services to their people, okay, and to empower citizens and improving their lives by enabling digital inclusion, okay. So this is digital public infrastructure. Now, what is Global South? See, this was regarding digital public infrastructure. Now, what is Global South? Global South is a term often used to highlight the historical legacy of colonialism and the economic disparities between formerly colonized nations and the developed Western nations. Okay. Did you get my point? Now we'll get into the MCQ. Consider the following statements with regard to global digital public infrastructure. It is an initiative of International Telecommunications Union? No. We just saw, no, it is outcome of what? India's G20 presidency. So it is wrong. So one is gone, C is also gone. It showcases the information in a standardized format from countries and organizations that have developed digital public infrastructures. Yes, this is correct. So 2 is correct. Alright. Now, regarding DigiLocker, sometimes seen in news, which of the following statements are correct? It is a digital locker system offered by the government under Digital India program. Yes. It allows you to access your e-documents regardless of your physical location. Yes. That is the whole motive of this DigiLocker. Okay. So both the statements are right. Webb Space Telescope spies precocious teenage galaxies. Now, for prelims, there are two important things. One is Webb Space Telescope, and the second one is teenage galaxies. All right. Now, what are these teenage galaxies? They are also known as proto-galaxies. Okay, and they resemble human teenagers in certain aspects. That is, displaying growth spurts along with a bit of immaturity. They usually have 8 distinct elements in them, that is hydrogen, helium, nitrogen, oxygen, silicon, sulfur, argon, and heavier metal, that is nickel. Okay, this is also there. All right, argon. All right. Now, they are also extremely hot, as in hot in real sense. Okay, that is, they have approximately 24,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. James Webb Telescope was launched on December 25th of 2021. Okay. From French Guiana Islands. This James Webb Space Telescope is orbiting in the infrared observatory. That will complement and extend the discoveries of the Hubble Space Telescope with longer wavelength coverage and greatly improved sensitivity. Okay, and what is the context of this article? The context is by using the James Webb Telescope, Cecilia survey, CECILIA survey, it received the first data from galaxies forming 2 to 3 billion years after the Big Bang, and they're termed as teenage galaxies. Okay, now what is the survey? It is chemical evolution constraint using ionized lines in interstellar aurorae. Okay. What is this for? It focuses on scrutinizing the chemical DNA of galaxies and particularly those in the early universe that contribute valuable insights into the formation and development. Okay, so just remember that this particular survey is related to Webb Space Telescope. Okay, and what is it focusing? It is focusing on scrutinizing the chemical DNA of galaxies, particularly early universe. Okay, so that will get some insights into the formation and development of universe. All right. See, in the previous sessions of C.A.R.E, we discussed about the redshift. What is redshift that we've discussed? It is similar to a Doppler effect. It occurs when the objects move away, shifting light to a longer wavelengths. In observing distant objects in infrared, redshift light aids distance measurement, revealing the cosmic expansion. See, in the VIBGYOR, in the electromagnetic spectrum, this red fellow has higher wavelength. Okay, this much you should remember. Okay, VIBGYOR R has higher wavelength. Okay, now we'll get into the MCQ. Why are objects at extreme distances in the universe are more visible in infrared light? Objects emit more infrared light as they age, enhancing visibility. No, this is wrong. No, infrared light travels faster, making distant objects easier to observe. This is also not the reason. Expansion of the universe makes extreme distance objects visible in infrared. Yes. In the electromagnetic spectrum, gamma rays, X rays, UV rays, visible light, and then you will have infrared, micro, and radio waves. Okay, so after the red color, you will have infrared light. Okay, so comparatively to all other, this has a little bit more wavelength. Okay, in day-to-day life, infrared waves we encounter every day, and we detect it as heat. Okay, so that is the importance of infrared light or infrared waves. Now, which one of the following is the reason why astronomical distances are measured in light years? Distances among stellar bodies do not change. This is absolute nonsense because the universe is expanding. Okay, and this statement is contrary to that one. No, so this is absolute nonsense. That is gone. Gravity of stellar bodies do not change. This is also absolute nonsense because gravity is proportional to the mass of those stellar bodies, and there are stellar bodies which continuously lose mass, or they acquire mass. Okay, so this is also nonsense. Light always travels in a straight line. Now what is the link between this one and this one? Okay, so if you're not able to establish a link, just move to the next statement. Okay, speed of light is always the same. Yes, this is correct, and it's always same, unlike sound, which differs according to the medium. The speed of sound differs according to the medium, and in vacuum it does not travel at all. But this light fellow, the speed of light is always the same, and also it travels around 3 lakh kilometers per second, and 1 light year is the distance of light that light travels in 1 year. If for 1 second this is the case, this astronomical distances are huge, right? So that's why they measure it in terms of speed of light. All right, so D is the answer. Next, WHO asked China for more data on respiratory illness outbreak. Anyways, China is notorious country, so it will not give any data, but still it will keep asking WHO. Okay. Now, what is this respiratory illness outbreak? That is pneumonia outbreak of 2023. Okay. Now, what is this for prelims? This is important. What is this pneumonia? It is an inflammatory condition of the lung. And why is it caused? It can be caused due to bacteria, viral, fungal, or parasitic agents. All right. What are the symptoms? Cough, fever, and difficulty in breathing. What will happen if your lung sacs get filled with some liquid, or they are inflamed? So all these things will happen. And one more basic point about pneumonia, that it is covered under the vaccine for pneumonia is covered under Mission Indradhanush in India. Okay. And one more term you have to be aware here, that is pneumococcal conjugate vaccine. What is pneumococcal conjugate vaccine? It is a pneumococcal vaccine and conjugate vaccine together. That much you are able to infer with the name, right? This particular vaccine is used to protect infants, children and adults against the disease, pneumonia disease caused by bacterium. What is that bacteria's name? It is Streptococcus pneumoniae. Okay. And this vaccine is not only effective against pneumonia, but it is also effective against meningitis and sepsis. Fine, the name is okay, pneumococcal conjugate vaccine. But what is conjugate vaccine in first place? Conjugate vaccine is a type of subunit vaccine which combines with a weak antigen with a strong antigen as a carrier, so that the immune system has a stronger response to the weak antigen. Okay, so that is a conjugate vaccine. All right. And what are the side effects of vaccines against pneumonia? Appetite loss, fever, irritability, and adults will face headaches, diarrhea and fatigue. Okay, so this is about pneumonia in prelims perspective. Okay, now which of the following microorganisms can be causative agents for pneumonia? Bacteria, yes, because we also have this vaccine, no? Streptococcus pneumoniae. Against this Streptococcus pneumoniae, we have this pneumococcal conjugate vaccine. Usually, virus is also there mostly, because virus is such a thing, it will cause common cold, it will cause any fever, it will cause any small, from ranging from small infections to big infections like COVID-19. Okay, so virus is there. So 2 is also correct. That means A is gone. Fungus also is right. Okay, so all the 3. What is the importance of using pneumococcal conjugate vaccines in India? The vaccines are effective against pneumonia as well as meningitis and sepsis. This is correct. We have seen in the basics part. Dependence on antibiotics that are not effective against drug-resistant bacteria can be reduced. Yes. These vaccines have no side effects and cause no allergic reactions. This is very, very vague statement, no? In this whole population, at least one fellow, if God forbid it should not happen, but I'm just saying, medicines will always, allopathic medicines will always have some or the other side effects in some population. Okay, so 3 is wrong. Okay, so answer is B. Okay, now next article. Why carbon capture is no easy solution to climate change? This word is again important. For the people who are listening to this word for the first time, let me tell you, carbon capture and storage is a way of reducing carbon emissions, okay, which could be the key to help to tackle global warming. Okay, what is this? Can we capture carbon in bags or something? That could be a question in your head, but I'll explain you in detail. But this is a basic definition. Okay, carbon capture, usage and storage is one term that you have to remember. It refers to a suite of technologies that enable the mitigation of carbon dioxide emissions from large point sources such as power plants, refineries and other industrial facilities, or the removal of existing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Okay, now how will you capture carbon dioxide directly from the atmosphere? One way, plant more trees so that they intake carbon dioxide. Okay, that is one way of capturing this carbon dioxide. Okay, that is also carbon capture. Now I hope you understood. Yeah, and there are 2 types of capturing this. Directly from air you can capture. The second one is this carbon capture and storage. It involves capturing emissions from industrial sources and directing to underground storage. Okay, and utilizing it in the industrial process, which means they will dig some cans or anything, and they will capture this carbon dioxide and they'll put it underground. All right. Now we'll go to the MCQ. Consider the following statements. Carbon dioxide cannot be captured directly from the air. This is wrong. We can do that. The carbon dioxide can be permanently stored in deep geological formations. Yes. So 2 is correct. Consider the following activities. Spreading finely ground basalt rock on farmlands extensively. Yes, this is correct because it'll come under enhanced weathering, and it involves finely ground basalt on farmlands to accelerate the natural process of carbon dioxide capture from the atmosphere. The basalt will react with carbon dioxide to form stable carbonates. Okay, and that is very effective in storing the carbon. So this is correct. All right. Now, increasing the alkalinity of oceans by adding lime. Yes, this is also correct. Capturing carbon dioxide released by various industries and pumping it into abandoned subterranean mines in the form of carbonated waters. Yes, that is under a form of underground storage. So all the 3 are correct. All right. Now, next. Royal Bengal tiger travels across 4 states seeking a home. Now, Royal Bengal tiger is mainly found in India, Nepal and Bhutan. And some basics, this is the geographical distribution of where they're found. Okay, and some basics about Royal Bengal tiger. These tigers, no, they're not good tree climbers like leopards. Tigers are excellent swimmers. Such statements they might give you in prelims. That's why I'm telling you. Okay, and India currently harbors almost 75% of the world's wild tiger population. And here you should also know about 1973 launched Project Tiger. And another Project Tiger, conservation of tiger has happened so good that now India is a house to 53 tiger reserves covering 2.3% of India's total land area. Okay, and then there is also All India Tiger Estimation. All India Tiger Estimation. And this estimation says that Western Ghats experience localized declines in tiger population. Okay, the largest tiger population is in Madhya Pradesh and followed by Karnataka. Then comes Uttarakhand and then Maharashtra. Okay. In terms of tiger reserves, it is Jim Corbett National Park, which is also a tiger reserve, has the highest number of tigers. Next is after Corbett, it is Bandipur. Alright, so these are some basics, and also please read some facts about All India Tiger Estimates. Fine? Now, consider the following statements with regard to Royal Bengal tiger. It is found only in India and Bangladesh. No, this is wrong because it is found mainly in India, Nepal, Bhutan and Bangladesh. That's what we've seen in the basics part. So this is wrong. They can swim and are good climbers like leopards. They can swim, this is correct, but they cannot climb. So, climb what? Climb trees. So, this is wrong. It is an opportunistic feeder and can also kill large prey. Yes, it will also kill elephant calves. So, one statement is right. Consider the following protected areas. Which of the above are declared tiger reserves? Bandipur, yes, we've just seen, no, it has the second highest population of tigers in our country. So Bandipur, yes. So when one is there, C is gone. Now, second one, Bhitarkarnika. See, Bhitarkarnika is a national park. It is not a tiger reserve, and it is the breeding place for saltwater crocodiles, and it is the largest colony for olive ridled sea turtles. You getting my point? And it is also the second largest mangrove ecosystems of India. It is in Odisha. Okay, so see, these are some basics about Bhitarkarnika. It is a national park, not a tiger reserve. So 2 is gone. When 2 is gone, A is gone, D is gone. Okay, here also 2 is the deciding factor. So when you eliminate 2, you will get the answer without reading 3 and 4. please mug up the list of tiger reserves, all right? Because 1973 to 2023, it is 50 years of Project Tiger, all right? So UPSC has this habit of giving questions in commemorating events such as 5 years, 10 years, 25 years, 50 years, and 100 years. So please be aware of this fact and please mug up the list. Science for all. What is the Mars solar conjunction? See, it occurs every 2 years. Okay. And if this is the sun, Earth and Mars are positioned on the opposite sides of the sun. Okay. So they all are in straight line. Okay. But what is the issue? The signals that we send from Earth to Mars, or the signals that are being sent from the satellites that are orbiting Mars to the Earth, will face issues. Why? Because of the ionized gas ejected from sun's corona. Okay, so this is the issue. Okay, now this is some basic about Mars solar conjunction. Now you should also know about solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. We've learnt in school, however, we'll forget, right? So what is solar eclipse? The position of sun, moon and earth. In lunar eclipse, it is sun, earth and moon. Okay, you remember any one thing, don't remember two and make your life troublesome. Okay, so don't remember solar eclipse or don't remember lunar eclipse. You remember only one and it'll be easy. Okay, sun, earth and moon, and put some trick to remember, right? Now, consider the following statements with regard to Mars solar conjunction. During this event, Mars is positioned on the opposite side of the sun from the Earth. This is true. It occurs every year? No, it occurs every 2 years. So only one is right. Now, Viking 2, the Pathfinder and Phoenix are the names of spacecrafts sent towards Mars. Okay. Now, next article. Scientists discover new species of music frog in Arunachal. And the name of this is Nidirana Noah Dehing. Okay. Nidirana Noah Dehing. If you do not know that it is a music frog, and in the exam, if they ask, scientists recently discovered Nidirana Noah Dehing, and it is what? A butterfly, or ant, or anything. Or Nidirana Noah Dehing, recently in news, is related to a scientific experiment done in the Brahmaputra river or something. You will mark yes. So please be aware of such snippets. Okay. So this is Nidirana Noah Dehing, and it is named after the Noah Dehing river in Arunachal Pradesh, which is near to this particular water body that this species was found. Okay, and it is also the first time that Nidirana genus has been found in India. Usually, Nidirana species are known in Japan, Taiwan, China, Vietnam, Laos, and Thailand. Okay, and what is the habitat of this particular species? It is swamps, ponds and paddy fields, and they often construct nests to lay their eggs. Okay, and you have to also, why is this called a music frog? Because of some particular acoustic characters that they have. All right, and both male and female are vocal. Fine. Now, Nidirana Noah Dehing, recently in news, is a newly discovered species of butterfly, not butterfly, indigenous tribal community residing near Noah Dehing river. No. Newly discovered species of frog found in the Western Ghats region. No, not Western Ghats. It is in Arunachal. No. So D is the answer. Fine. Now, recently our scientists have discovered a new and distinct species of banana plant, which attains a height of about 11 meters and has orange colored fruit pulp. In which part of India has it been discovered? For this, the answer is Andaman Islands. So what are they referring to? They are referring to Musa indandamanensis. Okay, it is a new and distinct sweet species of banana with orange pulp that was discovered in the Andaman Islands. Okay, this was given in 2016, not now. Okay, and the species was found by the scientists of Botanical Survey of India. All right. So 11 meters means normal banana tree, or banana species. This 11 meters is thrice the height of normal banana species. Okay. So this is the answer. Now, COP28, India's equity demand. In this particular article, there was a mention about global carbon project. Okay, now we have to know some basics about global carbon project. It is an initiative of Future Earth. Future Earth. Now, what is this Future Earth? It is a global network of scientists, researchers, and innovators collaborating for a more sustainable planet. All right? And this global carbon project integrates knowledge of greenhouse gases for human activities and earth systems. And one very important thing in this one that is that it has global budgets for three dominant greenhouse gases, namely carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. Okay, this you have to remember. Fine. And this global carbon project is a UNDP administered project. It is a UNDP administered project. Okay. See, you might get confused. What is this carbon dioxide budget? What is this methane budget? Not nitrous oxide. You should understand one thing, that global carbon budget, global carbon budget is the maximum amount of greenhouse gases that can be emitted while limiting the global warming to a certain level. Okay, so they will give this report: carbon dioxide budget, methane budget, nitrous oxide budget. Okay, so these are some basics. Now we'll get into the MCQ. Consider the following statements with regard to global carbon project. It is an initiative of UNFCCC. No, this is UNDP administered. Okay, so 1 is gone, C is gone. It tracks 3 greenhouse gases: carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. Yes, we have seen, no? So B is the answer. Now, invasive species specialist group that develops global invasive species database belongs to which one of the following organizations? The International Union for Conservation of Nature. This is IUCN. You should also know the full forms, okay? You know IUCN. If you don't know the full form, you're gone. So A is the answer. Even if you don't know the answer for this one, if you have to take a guess, no? This IUCN is related to producing this red list, no? Red list. Okay, you will have what are vulnerable species, what are extinct species. So you can probably relate that if you have to take a guess. See, since it is very much interested in species, probably invasive species specialist group is involved with IUCN. Probably, if you don't know the answer, you can do this, I'm saying. Fine. So A is the answer. And IUCN is a very important theme for this year because IUCN was set up in the year 1948. Okay, now 2023 marks 75th year of IUCN. So as I told you previously, UPSC examination has the habit of commemorating 10 years, 5 years, 50 years, 75 years and 100 years of events. Okay, so IUCN will become very important for this year. One was Project Tiger, next is IUCN. Okay, so we'll see some basics about IUCN. Actually, in 1948, IUCN was not there. It was IUPN, okay, for protection of nature. Later in 1956, it was renamed as IUCN, okay. Did you get my point? Now, Nature 2030 is a call for mobilization to the entire, group of people to build a very healthy globe. Okay, so that is also related to IUCN. See, IUCN is a civil society, it's a culmination of civil society organizations. Okay, that you have to remember, very important. Okay, and you can quote it as an example also in your mains. See, there are in the year 2010 Aichi targets. Aichi targets related to biodiversity was in place, okay? And it has some targets, and target number 9 is related to invasive species, and IUCN will actually help to achieve this target, okay? So these are some basics about IUCN, and you please read thoroughly about IUCN, okay? This is it for today. All the best.